They didn't have a clue that this was the chicken they are talking about, you know? So I would go and cry. But what made me cry was, why are they over-calling me chicken? Don't they know my name? And then the other thing that made me cry was, it's not my fault that our parents died. It's not my fault that we can't pay for ourselves. Like, we can be like other kids. This is the only way we can survive. So I really, really cried. But I would cry from the toilet and then come back very dry and very low. So I would come back and but then at break time, I went and talked to these people. Because my heart told me, these facilitators came to help us. Now why don't I make use of them? I also went in their staff room now at their break time, told them, you see I'm the chicken they are talking about. I said, what are you talking about? I said, that chicken you're hearing in the hall is me. What do you mean exactly? And I told them, because I love chicken. Now these students find me on the roadside because I used to roast it on Ginger Road near Banda on the way to Chambogo University. And the students would buy the chicken. So me, I thought they could not now believe these people were all quiet. She had her colleague, he had his colleague who I call my mom. Unfortunately, she couldn't make it. Aunt had to come. Who I call my mom up to now, and at home we call her Mami Chileka. Someone in my husband knows Mami Chileka. So, because we told him about her, because this lady, both of them, when they got to know in the staff room, somehow they didn't say so much to me. They were more, oh, I said, is she telling the truth? What is it she's talking about? So, in class now this time, they were different because now they were informed about the chicken. Every time these kids would scream chicken, I remember that lady in her center, she never puts down and said, "Bana mwe, no." Then she's going to make it, and none of you will be even closer to her. Now there was that silence in that room. You know that silence because she did something funny because she was kneeling and you know they were so uncontrolled because it was their funny thing. So she tried to pick a point and these kids kept quiet. No, these people left after the day 1 and day 3. They went. So that time I didn't have this thinking, maybe they will take a contact. Did I even have a phone? I didn't have a phone, so they left. A week later, I see a group of people, because there were students at Mackay University. Now I saw a group of people. So they were looking at me. They wanted to confirm, is this the girl? So for them they came. They were speechless. They mobilized their other friends. So they came, they bought all that chicken. They even bought extra. Like, because a piece would go for 1,000. Then they bought like that 2,000. And they bought everything. I went home early that day. And I was like, oh, thank God to these visitors. And for them, they had taken a step further. They're the ones who told the monitor, I think you need to write about this girl. She's unique in her way. So if you write about her, maybe other children can borrow a leaf from her. So I think 2-3 weeks later, me I didn't know because I think these things were running in as their group. So me 2 weeks, 3 weeks later, I see people coming. You know, that time it was called lifestyle. It used to come out in the Monitor publication. Now, I've never bought newspapers in my life. I would be lying to you. I would even think buying a newspaper. But the customers are selling chicken too, because you would come even before you take your seat, because it was a bar and restaurant. So I would make sure As I called the waiter, I've already even taken the order. So I tell the waiter, as she brings, immediately they bring the drink. I come again. So either that is it. So me sometimes I would say, I would have a small kettle near my CBD, and then give them warm water. Then sometimes I will say, okay. Now I'm take a book, okay, you bring. So it was more also talking. Someone has come to take just a beer, and they want to eat probably. So you try to speak so that they even buy what? They buy the chicken. So that you finish, your chicken gets what? Finish. I didn't have a fridge to keep the balance. So I would struggle to ensure that my chicken does what? Get finished. So, to cut the whole story short, when these people wrote about me, I got myself in the newspapers. Now, through customers, you see a man on the newspapers. So, and later, the following day, they brought me a copy. Mr. Pada came with a group of people. They gave me money. Students from Chambogo University would come, you girl, you've inspired us. Every day we just pass here, we didn't know. But me, I said, I think this is now, I didn't think it will give birth to another. It will take me to another level. I continued with my chicken, S2, S3 now, first time. Before even that article came out, it came out on a Sunday. It was a Sunday monitor. Now, on the Monday morning, our head teacher, remember we used to call him our headmaster, he moved with a newspaper. If you are not paid fees that day, you go. You start saying, my mother hasn't paid, my aunt is not there. Oh, he tells you, read here. This girl even abused her chicken, but she has already paid. So you go. You go and find her. And somehow, I got confidence. I said, okay, I think what I'm doing is right. And let me stick there. And it kept me going. But we had also senior women in the school. They would check for pregnancy. Me, I would always be suspect number one. Do you know why? Because I would sleep sometime in class. I would be sleeping because I'm tired. In the night, I'm mostly tired. I have little time to rest. So I would always be suspect number one. Actually, that day, these people looked at me and they said, we are sorry, we didn't know. But you will pass, you will do this. Before I knew it, a vehicle came from Nanyonga High School now. We are looking for this girl. She roasts chicken. All the time I would get visitors in the staff room because I didn't have an address. My address was school. I didn't have a telephone number that someone would call. So they would call me in the staff room. The first one came from MFI director, one of the directors. They invited me and they said, we are going to take you to Nanyonga, but we are taking you up to S4. Remember, in S3 first time. We are taking you up to S4. Now this was a man, and at a point he invited me to a restaurant in good faith, but he was scared because he took me at a Crocodile Hotel restaurant, and we ate very good food. But before I went there, I went with my friend Mary. Mary is not here. I went with my friend Mary, and I was scared. But what I did, I went in my uniform. Yes, first of all, it was my best outfit. So it's what I told. So that should anything happen, I'll scream. Now when nothing happened, but I was contemplating. The following day, that's when the high school car also came. So we are from high school. Our headmistress had sent us to look for this girl. First of all, that she existed in this school. Many newspapers can write in it. They were not sure. So here we have the girl. So they took me up to the other high school, and that's when I met Honorable Kakuma, who is also my mother now. Thank you. So she took me up, And then she told me, Kat, now,